What's happening, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to another E90 video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to change out the spark plugs in an N52 based 6-cylinder BMW engine. And in this particular application, I'll be showing you how to change out those spark plugs in the E90 platform. Now, the spark plugs I will be putting in the car today are NGK laser iridiums, and these are some of the best spark plugs you can buy for your car, and they will last somewhere around 90 to 100,000 miles. Or at least that's what the service recommendation interval is recommended by BMW. Here are the spark plugs, and this is the part number that we'll be installing in the car today. These are the laser iridiums. Now, there are several different spark plugs that are available to put in the N52 engine, but these ones were recommended, and these will be the ones that I'm installing. Of course, there's other brands such as Bosch or Autolite or even the factory BMW brand, which are probably just rebranded. They might be rebranded NGKs or Bosch plugs anyway, that you'll pay a little bit more money for, but whatever plug that you're more comfortable with putting in your car, that's up to you. Of course, I'll link these in the description below should you decide to go with these ones. But the process here for removing and installing the spark plugs is going to be exactly the same, no matter what no matter what brand of spark plug that you decide to go with. Okay, so let's get under the hood and we'll get started. Okay, first let's remove this rubber tab here and the two clips, one here and one here. There's also a sensor here to unplug, and the same on this side. Here's a look at the old cabin filter, which easily snaps out of place with these tabs here along the top. There's three. Now, on initial inspection here, the filter may not look too bad, but if you take a closer look, we can see that in between the folds here of this filter, there's all sorts of pollen and dirt that has been stored over time. And so I'll replace it with a new cabin filter here, and these are anywhere from $15 to $40 depending on the brand, but this one was about $20, and I will link this in the description below. And we'll snap all three of these into place so it's fully seated. And there we go. Here's a comparison of the old filter on top with the new one on the bottom. You may also find some leaves and debris up here, and it's a good time to clean that out while everything is out of the way. We have another 8mm bolt right here, and one on this side. Now, whoever previously worked on this car may have broken some of the clips here to remove the harness, and they just zip tied it. So we'll go ahead and cut those so we can remove the harness. Now, way in the back corners here, there is another rubber tab that is fed into the corner here. There's one on this side and one on that side, so just wiggle those out of the way and this entire tray will lift up and away from the car. So on this motor we have 1, 2, and 3 Allen bolts that secure this to the car. The two in the front are present here, but it looks like the previous owner may have left off one of the bolts here, or one of the shops that worked on this in the past. You can see it's already loose. So we'll remove these two pieces here and lift up this whole cover and remove it from the top of the engine. And the socket size here is a 5mm. As you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3 coil packs, the first 3 cylinders. Then we have our Valvetronic valve right here. And then underneath this harness, there is number 4, number 5, and back here, number 6. So we'll lift up on this tab, remove the harness, and here's our first coil pack removed. Okay, and we will be using a standard 5/8 spark plug socket. Okay, this one has a nice grayish brown tint to it, and it looks like we have Bosch double platinum in cylinder 1. And here's the old plug next to the new one. We'll place that in the socket, feed it down into the cylinder, and turn this in by hand. And when it comes to a stop, then we can torque it down. Now the torque spec listed for this car is 18 foot-pounds of torque, plus or minus 2 foot-pounds of torque, that's the tolerance, or 23 Newton meters, plus or minus 3 Newton meters for those of you in Europe or going on the European system. That click from the torque wrench means that we've hit our torque spec. And now we'll reinstall our coil pack. And plug the harness back in. And as you can see, with cylinder 1 done, I'll now move on to 2, then 3, 4, and then 5, and finally way in the back, number 6. Now if one of these gets stuck, like this one is, you can use your extension bar here to lift up on the coil pack. Another Bosch double platinum.